A class is a blueprint for an object, and it defines what every instance of it should contain. Classes may contain attributes and methods. Attributes are the properties, or data, in a class, and methods are the functions. Every instance of a user will follow the pattern we set up in the class, but with different attribute values. If you're familiar with ES6, a class would be similar to a function constructor. A class is defined with the class keyword, followed by a unique name and a code block. We use a constructor function to initialize an object with values. The constructor is called automatically when we create a new instance of the class, with the new keyword. U1 is now an object that contains the properties, first name and last name. Like with function constructors, we can add methods to a class that has access to its attributes. Inheritance allows us to define a class that acts as a child and inherits functionality from another class, known as a parent or superclass. When we inherit from a parent class, the child class will receive all the properties and methods that the parent has. To create a class that inherits from another, we use the extends keyword. If we want to use the properties of the parent's constructor, we use a method called super. This method expects the arguments that the parent constructor has as parameters. So, we don't have to define this.firstName and this.lastName, we just pass the arguments to the super method. From there, we can add attributes to the child class, just like we do with a parent. If we create a new instance of the child class and log it to the console, we'll see that it inherited the first and last name attributes. We don't have to do anything to make parent methods available to the child. Since ES7, we can use class fields. That means we can define attributes outside of the constructor method. If we want to add values to the attributes, when we instantiate a new instance, we'll still need to use the constructor method. What's nice about class fields is the separation. Our attributes no longer depend on the constructor. We can also have callable attributes, which means an attribute can have functionality like a method. A callable field is defined like an arrow function. If we save and take a look in the console, we can see the callable field printed the name just like the method did previously. Alright, that's it for this modern JavaScript series. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials.